evening. Welcome to the AGUA Special Utility District regular call meeting for August 4th, 2025. Item number 1, call to order. Roll call. Mr. Roel de Hoyos, absent. Gerardo Perez.
Here.
Ricardo Perez.
Here.
Ana Maria Perez.
Present.
Happy birthday to Ms. Perez as well.
Thank you.
Birthday.
Dr. Adriana Villarreal, absent. Alice Moreno, absent. I do declare we have a quorum. B, invocation.
Heavenly Father, as we gather today to conduct matters of business for Agua Sud, may you give us your guidance, wisdom, and knowledge to make the best decisions for ratepayers and employees. Lord, let this meeting be productive and let your peace surround us today. We ask these things in Jesus' name. Amen.
Pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
D, public comments.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, we do not have any public comments.
Okay. Item number 2, minutes. A, approval of minutes for the June 2nd, 2025 AGUA board meeting.
So move.
I have a motion by Mr. Perez,
Second.
second by Ms. Perez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. B, approval of minutes for the June 17th, 2025 special board meeting. I have a motion by Mr. Perez. I need a second.
Second.
Second by Ms. Perez. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 3, general manager's report.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, we have, for the May financials, we have Mr. Park May, that will be summarizing, our May financials.
Good evening, board. So we're gonna go over our financials. As we see for May, we have our statement of a net position, our cash and cash equivalents was 1.5 million, and we also have our restricted asset there that is reserve asset, and we have our capital asset which include our utility plant infrastructure and other stuff. We do have our liability that include our current liability, including the 2.5 million current commitment to the long-term debt, and that's our statement of net position. And now we're gonna go over May, which is statement for revenue and expenses and change in net position. So for May, we were forecasting 41% revenue, which we are at the 41%. So we are hitting the mark as a budget for May, and our expense is also 41%. So basically what we forecasted in a budget for 2025, we are currently going hand on hand in the May financials. Any questions before we move to June?
Any questions, anyone? We're good.
Thank you. We carry forward to the June. That is the same way we're gonna follow the statement of net position, which had our cash and cash equivalents, our restricted asset, as we know, that reserved for specific purposes, and most importantly, the current portion of long-term debt that is due. I do want to also inform that August 1st, we did make those long-term debt payments that was due at August 1st. And as we go to statement of revenue and expenses, this is a 50% because we are 6 months in a year, because our fiscal year run from January 1st to December 31st. We are slightly 1% below the revenue mark. In June, we are 49% instead of 50, but I do want to remind that the school get closed in the June, so we lose in a school revenue, water revenues, which gonna tickle up eventually, and our operating expenses are 51%. This is slightly 1% above the mark, but it's a little variation, so it might go down again in next month. So we are currently looking at exactly what budget we forecasted as the 6 months pass by in a year. So we haven't had any unexpected expenses. Of course, we were not expecting any unexpected revenue to begin with, but that's where we look at. This is our half-year picture snapshot for our revenue and expenses. And since, sorry if anyone had any questions.
Any questions? No.
And now, since we ended the second quarter, we also have a quarterly investment report that I'm gonna go over. Want to inform everyone that, as we all know, that Federal Reserve is keeping steady with the interest rates, so we are still able to gain interest, so we still have the money in the pool. As of second quarter, we did made $167,176 in interest, and from January 1st to June 30th for 2 quarters, half a year combined, we had $318,280 made out of purely interest. We hope it stay a little slight upward trend so we can gain that money in our taxes pool account. And that's our investment report for the second quarter. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Everything's at 49%, so that's a good job. We're half through the year, so that's a good job. Good indications here.
Okay. D, drought contingency plan.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, as we do every board meeting, I will go over the Falcon Reservoir and Amistad Reservoir levels. So as far as as far as Falcon Reservoir levels, right now, if you can look at the attachments, we are at 16.1% as of today. It's slightly a tenth of a point less than yesterday, and of course, approximately 3%, close to 3% above from a year ago as of today. As far as the Amistad Reservoir, we are at 34.2%, which has been steady from the past week and a half. A year ago, we were at 25.2%. Now, of course, being approximately 9% above what we were a year before. So as an average, we're looking at 25.15. So it has slightly increased from the last board meeting that we had. We were at, I believe we were at 24.45, close to that. So we have increased slightly 1%. And just to advise the board on the on the mandatory water restrictions, in order for us to move from stage 4 to a stage 3, we need to be at 30%, and of course we have to keep it that 30%, at 30% or above for 30 consecutive days. So we're still not at that mark. However, we're still going, we still are in stage 4, which is mandatory water use restrictions. So that's the threshold that it's 18%. So we'll keep it at that for now. As far as district operations update, I wanted to advise the board on the Liberty Phase 2 project, which is the project we have north of 3 Mile Line, and we're looking to relocate 4,900 linear feet of 12-inch water line. So we had, well, of course, this project was awarded to P&C Oilfield for $657,000 at the last board meeting. We had a pre-construction meeting. We have met with the county, Hidalgo County. We have met with the school district, La Joya is the school district as well, in reference to this project, and of course with the consultant engineer, LNG Engineering. We have been coordinating with them. Before, of course, the school start, the contractor will start this week as far as the project, and trying to do some of the crossings before the school starts next week. So that's some of the updates that I have. Also, to let the board know, and I'm not sure if Sam's is here present has heard anything different, but as far as Veterans Project, the text letting date that I heard from the consultant engineer LNG, they have it for 2027 to let the project, but they're trying to expedite the project for September 2026. They had some situations with some property owners going through condemnation. I think 2, and one of them, of course, an electric company that has property through veterans. So they're trying to iron that out, and hopefully they can, set the letting date for September 2026. So
What the-
what does that mean, right? It means that our project,
But the date was in this year in October.
it was 2025.
And what,
Yes.
what,
I think it has to do with the right-of-way acquisition, as far as, there's a couple of properties that they're going through condemnation. So that's pushing the project behind as far as the sanitary sewer reconstruction and the water line relocation that we have on veterans.
who said that? TxDOT, who said that?
That's through their consultant engineer, and TxDOT has the letting date for 2027.
Who's the consultant
Fiscal year.
engineer?
LNG engineering.
So on the condemnation area, is there quite a bit of condemnation? I mean, I was under the impression.
No, I believe it's two properties that are already.
So those are two properties taking the whole project back?
So that's why, right now they have it as 2027, however, they want to expedite, if they finalize the negotiations with those two properties this year, they're seeking to have the project led by September 2026,
A year from
which
today.
is approximately a year from now. So that means that it's gonna set back the project that we were planning to.
But I thought, when it goes to condemnation, they take over the,
Right,
Like-
like there's
Like
no
a
negotiation.
like a right of entry, that's
Yeah,
what
like
I
it's
thought
not-
too.
yeah.
they fight, 2 years from now,
Yes.
but the line is put in, the work starts.
The word starts, like a right of entry, sort, but no, I mean, I guess that's the latest that I have from, the consultant engineer.
When can we meet with them? También?
We
Porque
can
I
set
think
up a meeting with,
So when the line, our line, when is that gonna start?
that's gonna start when the project
Yes,
starts.
everything's gonna be, we
It's
only have so
delayed,
much money,
yes.
2 years from now, it's gonna be double the amount of
Yeah.
cost.
Yeah,
On the condemnation, the land, the property, I guess we knew that from a long time ago, so in terms of the clock ticking as far as taking through the procedures for condemnation, it didn't move after that, or I just don't realize how.
I'm not sure of the step that they're taking, in reference to the condemnation, but the only thing that I know for sure, that there's two properties, and one involving the electric company, like the property right next to the water tower that we used to have, the
Yeah.
property that we
Yeah,
have. So that's one of the properties that they're having, going through
Is there any
condemnation.
financial impact for us?
For
Like, is it
us,
setting it back?
it will be just the cost, as far as materials and
It's gonna
labor,
go up
that
Yeah.
might
2
go up.
years.
Especially with
on that.
tariffs?
So AP is not willing to budge, AP's being a third utility company.
They're
they're not-
negotiating because there's, on the condemnations, the city of Palmview and the county have to divide the costs that they're gonna pay to it's not coming directly from the state. I think the state funding has been depleted as far as right-of-way, but now the county and Palmview have to pay a share of the cost for the
Yeah.
properties that are left.
Oh, that was from the beginning, that's what I
Yeah.
understood from the beginning, so 20% of the projects, that's what I
Yes.
knew from the beginning, but as far as that, when the project let out, or in the beginning of the project. The fact is that I knew that, I did not know it was AP one of them, I don't know which is the other one, but I knew that it was the county and the city having to pay up, what was percent
A
for
share.
the share for that.
Which
So-
one is the other property beside the electric
I'm
company?
not sure on the other property, Chris, you might.
How many feet is it? How is, I think the property over there, where the power lines are, it's already been accounted for, I think, right?
Not more than 200 feet not more than 200 feet, I don't think so.
But how
The
big,
frontage.
how wide?
Because
Pero but how, 10 feet going in, how much?
We have the plan, well, no, it
Because
only reflects the water.
Because from La Homa to Benson go towards the south side,
But we're assuming because ours was probably not more than 10 feet, no, that they took from our property.
They took 6 feet on one side and 2 feet on the other side.
So I'm assuming, Mr. Wood, probably not more than 15 feet
Yeah.
wide. I don't think so, on that area,
Is that
because it's
what
right
the-
next to
how it
ours.
Yeah.
And the road is moving.
yeah.
It's, it has a,
Can they move?
Evelina's here. And this is that tower.
Yeah. So when can we have a meeting so we can, we
we
can,
can have a meeting with LNG.
I don't know,
and-
maybe I'm not gonna be here, but, I mean,
So I
2
guess-
years is a lot of time and it will be the cost.
Yes.
So I guess AP is not in agreement with whatever they're gonna pay for the property. That's what it is.
That is correct. That's why they have to go through.
I mean,
EVP, they're, I think they shouldn't be, because they're,
I mean, we need to talk to him indirectly, what you guys are doing, you're stopping this project to move forward.
Don't we have another thing with them too?
But we sold,
They ended up-
They bought an easement on our property south.
or they don't have, or Palmview doesn't have the money, or what's the deal? Or-
I'm not sure on the details of that, Mr. Perez, but that's something that we
Because-
can have a meeting also
because
with.
AP,
Because
as we speak right now, AP, they're doing some upgrades there. They're working there.
There?
Maybe it has
Yeah.
to do with funding too.
Funding.
Also?
Who's gonna give partial funding? The county?
The county and,
It's
and
in the
Palmview.
county
They're
and the
dividing the cost for the.
How much
for
is
the
it? How
easements.
much money is it?
I don't have the details,
Well,
it's just.
throughout the
that's-
years, it's been going up, sir. That's what the problem is. And it's gonna continue going up if it just doesn't get settled. But throughout the years, it's been going up and up. And so, but as of now, AP is still doing some upgrades there. There are people working there. So I don't know if they know that, but if they do some upgrades there, it's even more expensive to try to
Right.
remove it.
Cause they're gonna try and factor in that cost.
Yeah,
of
they're
those
there.
upgrades.
But if anybody should know, the city of Palm should know that, so. And we don't know who's the other property
Maybe
owner.
with Palmview and LNG.
Okay, yes.
I do have, I've been invited to their meetings that they have with the county every month,
Mhm.
and that's gonna take place next week towards the end of the week. So on that, I can kind of request more information on it. I've been getting the feedback in the past couple of months, and it has been the same two properties that have been holding up the whole process. And it's been, to my understanding, it's mostly on AEP's end, is the fact that they're an electric company, they also have something there with the fact that they're an electric company that makes it complicated. It's something that I heard in passing on road executives this summer. But in this next meeting, I can ask them if anything pushed for.
Yeah, and we've been at it for the past 2 years, you know, maybe 4 years.
No, it's
We
been
knew
more.
it was going through,
Yeah.
yeah, so,
Are they finding the setback lines that eventually how it's gonna end up being there, it's gonna be too close for the facility or what?
Yeah, I mean, probably the details, cause all
Maybe.
the meetings are pretty brief, and all these are going to is acquisitions, there's 71 are required, miscellaneous.
When was the initial date, Robert, that it was supposed to
And
start?
that's pretty much all they give in their.
When was this project supposed to start?
Condemnation
The
and-
last,
and
update that we
there's
had
examples.
was
That's kind of the
December.
update I get.
the other,
This
it's
is
not the
Oh,
irrigation
2020.
district?
This year, it was supposed to happen this time
It
around.
wasn't another.
'Cause
or it wasn't.
From the, I know they've kept
If
pushing.
you
Just a
recall, they
public-
wanted for us to finish the plans by January of this year,
Private.
so that they can put it
Well,
in.
that should be going pretty easy, because like I said, usually they condemn and they take everything down and then they settle out of court or in court.
Condemnation is more like a mediation.
Yes,
It still takes a process, but it's more like a mediation.
yeah.
But, yeah, if they have that right of entry, signed between them, they can start the project, and then settle later. That's
See.
some of the, yeah.
And, yeah, we probably need to
Some of
talk
the
and
ways
say,
that
why,
they can-
what is it, what can it take to get us there?
Porque we're gonna,
So I guess the only other thing is, because you're waiting for the construction to relocate the water and sewer,
see,
you're to their timeline, so unless you wanna move it on your own before, it's gonna speed up to save costs.
right, because we can put our lines
But
and we
that's-
can connect the sewer and we can
Yeah.
have the sewer going, and they can
Yeah,
wait
but
another
now-
30
It's
years.
their- but
to
it's their
put the
project.
Street, you know?
Yeah, however, Mr. Perez, we do not have the roadway component
Yeah.
on the,
Check
on
started.
the, on the estimate. Cause if we go in and, let's say we reconstruct the line,
Yeah.
we have to fix the roadway to
Oh,
standards.
okay.
Yeah, yeah,
So we
yeah.
have
Needs
to
to go
repave
through
the
the-
whole, yes.
And then demolish again the street.
We don't wanna
And
do
then
that.
Texas is coming behind us to
Yeah,
So we can have a little
cut the
meeting, I
street
don't
and
know.
restore the pavement again. So it's gonna,
Yeah.
the project,
Yeah,
it'll
if
get
they
done twice.
Yeah,
Come
see,
to
we can have a little meeting with them so we
Like, what it's
can
gonna
be
take to
more
get them
aware
there.
of what's going on, because this is,
Okay.
it's gonna be another year, they're gonna tell us, hey, they're gonna tell, actually, our members, board members here, what's going on, and we don't wanna know, okay, we don't wanna blame AVP, oh, it's AVP because they don't wanna move it. We wanna make sure what we're saying. If it's about money, okay, money, okay.
But yeah, that's what it is. It's just the fact that it's a duel between the city and the county, and their money hadn't been allocated throughout but I guess the longer it took, it increased the amount. So I think they had to put more money into it. But then I did not know, but there was an issue with AEP, another property owner. So we go back to square one per se, because you can't even do anything, because you still have to figure that out yet first. Even if you got the money as of today, you couldn't do anything anyway. So I don't know, am I on the right page or am I on the wrong page here? But to me, that's what's, kind of understand what it is.
No, we can find out more once we have a meeting, but technically, I mean, those are the two properties that are pending, and the project has been pushed back.
What's your recommendation, Mr.
the one
Council?
other project. On this, we should meet again with LNG and probably the county and Palmview to see what's their,
Game plan?
Yeah,
the-
see what,
the-
how
their
we can
plan,
get them to.
because, for us to go ahead and reconstruct the roadway and then for Texas to come
Oh,
behind
yeah.
us and redo the street.
That's what happened with the sewer project, and it's a mess.
Yeah, because the sewer is going, it's gonna go underneath the pavement. We're gonna have to, cut and restore the
Yeah.
pavement, and then Texas is gonna come back and cut and restore again the pavement, so that's,
Better did it at the same time, because that way
Yeah.
you don't have conflicting contractors saying, well, I
Yeah.
did it right, but then they messed it up.
Right.
The road didn't work because
so hopefully, I mean, it gets
Sewer.
pushed to September 2026 instead of 2027, but right now Texas has it as 2027, letting date. Doesn't have a month, but it's 2027.
Lending date.
Letting,
which is-
yes. The letting, which is the solicitation. That's,
It was 2018, 2019 when that project got initiated, something like that.
yes.
Bueno, so.
10 years
we can-
ago.
Entonces,
Okay.
next week o algo a little quick,
Okay.
you know. Y Palmview también que esté ahí, so we can,
Mhm.
Okay.
2 years is like long time.
I mean, they know that? Do they
And
know
we
that
don't have
date?
enough,
They know that. Palmview? Yes.
Or what they
Because it's
say?
gonna cost
Yeah,
them
they
too.
have
I
been,
mean,
they have been
it
on
costs
the.
them too.
And we're gonna start
on
paying
the
it.
loop as far as the meeting, cause they're one of the players that need to pay, some of the funding to.
And what's their,
or
what's their,
partial of the funding to purchase the.
what do they say? I mean,
For the meetings, I mean, it's just county and engineer. And for the most part, it's just updates, so they don't really provide much else.
the attorney would have the additional information they want.
yeah.
but we need to be in that meeting whenever, porque
When is that meeting, Chris?
we pay,
That one is just strictly an update, and that's on, let me confirm. The next one coming up is Thursday, August 14th.
we don't wanna be a fly in the wall, you know, with this, but, when do we start paying for that that $7 million part?
We already started.
We already started
Ready.
paying, yes, we made a payment actually this August 1st. However, we currently paying interest. Next year, we're gonna kick in paying principal.
Are we paying any money on the money, we get any interest on that money? We can't.
No, we can't.
It's gonna be 2 years of,
Of nothing.
Yes.
at 4%, we
Getting
can get
there.
some money back.
Because that money is in, we doesn't get much on that one. I mean, we are getting currently minor interest at the,
How much?
I think it's less than 2% right now because it's at the Lone Star, but I can check the possibility if that money is allowed to move at tax pool so we can get 4%.
Sure. I mean, because if it's gonna be 2 years, we're not gonna be here.
We can check that for sure.
We wanna make sure we pay Sam's, you know, for sure. Well, okay, there's a lot of, well, we can be here talking, but we need to be in those meetings, I think. I mean, we're part of that construction, and I think we should be. It's 2 years, I mean, we wanna know, they're waiting on them, who's waiting on you? You, like, you, me, you, or because we went to get a loan and to move all of this, we moved fast.
Yeah, to get it, yeah,
And
we're in a hurry to get all this stuff and.
Yeah,
for
our
what-
deadline was January
Yeah.
this year to submit the plans and so. we
Well, they
submitted
need
that
100% of the
information.
allocation, or if they don't have them, project doesn't move forward, so.
This information you just found out of this information?
Through the meetings that we had with LNG and the county.
What time is that meeting? Is it in the
It was
afternoon or during the
pushed.
day? During-
In reason being because there are some developers asking for sewer.
Sure.
When is the sewer gonna, what's the
Yeah.
timeline, what's the timeline
course.
of that, the sewer, so it has been changing. So we have met with some property owners like Mr. Phillips,
Mhm.
they own property along La
Mhm.
Homa, So when is the sewer gonna get built? And well, based on text, because now we have to follow text schedule, it's this date. And of course, it seems like every time, we meet with a property owner, it's like another 12 months or another 12
Yeah.
months.
Okay, it's not first slap in the face we get, so
Well,
So it's,
we're used to it already.
well,
So
as
it's
long as
part
the
of
city and the county, the money, the project can go forward, so,
But 2 years, it must have mucho, I don't know.
oh yeah.
For two properties, we're talking about two properties, right? How many properties were there?
What?
73, went down to the last two?
so if they get to settle the project, can be pushed.
And maybe we
Earlier-
could,
Yeah.
earlier
talk
to
talk to the
September.
senator, maybe he can call somebody in the
Hey,
AVP up there, or, I mean, I don't know, we need to see what's actually is going on, because just say, okay, we're going to condemnation, and I think there's more to the story. I think so, I don't know.
It could be funding too.
It could be funny too.
Could it be that the AP facility is too close to the road, to 495? I mean, I would say from the beginning, that thing should have been built further south. But when they started, by the time I knew it, it was already there. So that thing should have been built further. They have enough property towards the back.
And LNG is real good at doing curves, I mean, we got,
But that's gonna be,
to do a curve, La Homa is a curve everywhere, so they're pretty good at, Liberty's about 3 curves, They can, I mean, they can do it, I think.
the thing is
Fremont
there,
line is
the-
curves
the thing
everywhere.
is there's real tight. That area is real tight.
Yeah, but you can do that. Yeah, we need to talk to LNG, because they're very good at, when they see a problem ahead of time, they kind of
Shift.
they shift the road,
All right, so much for the project for
Thank you,
95.
Robert, for it was a good report.
That was for the Veterans Project. On another note, on the 1503 Mockingbird here in Palmview, the sewer, that sewer service has been connected.
which one?
As per the 1503 Mockingbird,
Or the house,
the
Oh, yeah.
property, the homeowners that came through.
what was the total
public-
cost of that?
3,800.
3,800?
3,800, yes, sir.
Is there any other people that might have in those situations that might come across?
No, the other project that we're working on is the one in Sullivan as well, which they came also, one of the board meetings.
Yeah, but other residents that might have the same situation that they,
There's a possibility that there might be some owners that were left out for several reasons, depending. One, some of them didn't want a connection. Others, like this one, had a lot of concrete on the site, and it was never settled if the contractor was to move in or not, as far as the services.
but we can identify who are those people, correct, right now?
We have an idea.
I mean, because what's gonna happen, that eventually something's gonna happen like that, and they're gonna be wanting to get something quick, and where we have time to do it now, to let them know, eventually something's gonna happen to your situation, so might start looking at getting connection, because eventually something happens, and they're gonna want for AGUA to move quickly on some of the issues, and it's gonna take a while by the time they do it.
Yeah, there's a list that we can go back on the list and go and verify
Yeah,
based on the notes of the contractors.
okay. At least for them to know that if something happens, you already been warned that you need to connect.
They're gonna load the wagon.
Yeah, I mean,
Because while we're gone, the board is otra cosa.
Early. Okay?
Okay. Item number 4, District Engineers Report.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, we have here with us Mr. Chris Hinojosa with Sames Engineering that will go over the district's engineering report, few projects.
Good afternoon, Mr. President, members of the board. Good afternoon. Want to jump into the NatBank Technical Assistance Agreement Sewer Hookups Project. So we met with the contractor, I believe, 2 weeks ago to establish, what is remaining and be on the same page as far as what's remaining, because as you can see on the report provided, they are past the due date of what was originally provided. From going back and forth with NatBank, we settled on processing a change order to give them the days needed to finish the work, which they told us would be to the end of this month, based off of that meeting. So you'll see we have an item on the agenda later on discussing the change order in greater detail. But in short, we should be completing this project. Construction completion should be done by the end of this month, barring any weather delays that aren't expected.
That'll be on item number 11.
Okay, all the connections were done, there was nobody left out in this
Correct.
one?
Yeah, everyone was connected.
Everybody was connected?
Yeah, at this point, we're operational. Everything's operational, has been. It's just correcting a little bit of deficiencies with, main thing being the streets.
There's another road here, did all the roads, 1, 2, 3, the third going south, there's nothing, there's still, there's a sewer there on the picture?
On the picture, like on the other streets that are
On the
a part of it?
7 month, which is right here on the front one.
Okay, I
There's,
don't believe there is, no, sir.
There's no sewer
There's no
there?
sewer line. I don't
Those
believe there
houses
is.
were not added?
No.
There was a roadway that was not included on the project.
There's a lot of houses there. Why, because of the capacity, okay, or the money?
The funding.
The funding,
Which road are
so
you
part
looking?
of the neighborhood was not connected?
Where are you looking?
The,
Yes, but
The
which
street.
street is it?
the,
Under third lane.
you're talking about the street across Acevedo, right?
Okay.
Yes.
On the west side.
Yes.
Yeah, that was not included.
Where it doesn't have the red line.
Yeah, it wasn't part of the project.
There's 2 more streets down, further down.
And these that say NA, those are because they don't have a house on the property.
Correct.
And then these 2, I'm assuming the same, but you didn't put it like
Some
A
of
note there?
these- Let me see.
Francisco Vega,
Francisco Vega, let me see.
18 and 19.
18 and 19. Do you remember this one? I'll need to backtrack exact notes, but this is Luis's.
On the streets, on the further ones?
On
On
the
the
list,
Green
following
Road.
map, on Green
Uh-huh.
Road, or, yeah, on Green Road, connections number 18 and 19. You see there, it's 1607 Green Road, 1603 Green Road. Oh, right. It's because this was off when the main line was installed along Green Road.
So those houses already have
They already
sewer?
They're
have-
already
Those
connected.
connections
It wasn't
were
part of this
off
project.
the main line.
Off of the main.
The
Ah,
existing
okay.
main line.
Yes.
Okay,
That's what it is.
thank you.
Any other questions?
We don't want to be upset if they don't have paid sewer, you know? Is it working properly, everything
Yeah.
fine?
There's a couple things that we noted just as precautionary as far as making sure everything's flowing properly.
Yeah.
But we've already gone through with
The
normal.
septic tanks have been decommissioned, everything
Yep.
connected and todo?
Mhm. Yes, sir. Is there any other questions on this project?
No, sir.
Okay. Next project we have is SH 495 Veterans Boulevard. We kind of already went into a little bit of the details already. I actually hadn't gotten that update that Robert mentioned right now, but again, I'll be in that meeting there next week. So in the meantime, we have, continued progressing with the set. The last meeting I mentioned to y'all where we're gonna be going over the TCP did get postponed as well, which was gonna happen July 25th. It now got pushed into August, which I believe they host it on either the third or I believe it's the third Wednesday of the month.
Mhm.
So it should be in a couple of weeks where
Yeah.
we'll get the feedback on the TCP. Once we get that feedback, it'll be finalizing
Yeah.
mindset.
So you guys are not in that meeting entonces?
We're in
The
which one?
in the meeting, the 495 with veterans, you're not at that meeting?
I'm in a meeting that's with the county and their designing engineer.
But
And
not
then
for the funding, for the,
for the funding and the negotiations of all
No,
the
eso no.
acquisition. Eso no.
no
But-
los invita?
No, eso no está limitado. But I'm just gonna be requesting information from LNG that they can provide. Cause again, like Saul mentioned, there's maybe
Can you
some
email,
restrictions there.
can you email us any information that you
Yes.
do find out, like with regard to what we just mentioned?
Mhm, of course, yeah, I plan to call tomorrow
Okay.
with LNG to get any info.
Thank you.
And I'll provide an email to everyone here in this meeting.
Okay, any other questions? Next item?
Okay. Next item, next project we have is the short-term water plan and CIP project, or CIP update. So, we did meet with OSID management and other board members to go over the draft that we had prepared for the new amended CIP. From this meeting, we went back and forth as far as the projects that are being added and as well as what are our next steps to complete the amendment process. So for the time being, we are planning to wrap up a complete 100%. We'll still call those drafts since we won't be able to finalize until we get final consent from the board. We'll prepare that final draft this coming month and start going through the remaining process for the CIP amendment, which will include revisiting the impact fees, everything like that. Is there any questions on this item?
Any questions? No.
Okay. Next project is the alternative capacity requirement. So part of that same meeting where we went over the short-term CIP, we also went over the ACR requirement as far as potentially changing it. So from that meeting, we did settle on a agreed upon number to pursue. Again, if the board agrees to it, which is also another item on this agenda. I believe it is item number 13. So we'll go into more detail later on. Is there any questions on this item?
No.
The last update I have for you all is for the Geographic Information System Services Phase 2. So for this project, we have completed all the subdivisions for this phase and have completed the surveying for a portion of the sewer lines we're going to be mapping. We plan to map out the remaining sewer lines and survey the remaining sewer lines for next month. So this project should all be wrapped up for next month. Is there any questions on this project?
Any questions on that? No? Thank you, Chris.
Alrighty, thank you very much.
Okay, moving on to item number 5, discussion and possible action on a non-standard service agreement for water to be submitted to 5L Development LTD for the cost related to water services for Las Comadres subdivision number 15.
So, Mr. President, members of the board, again, we have SAMS, which conducted the engineer report for this project, and I'll give Sam to go over this subdivision.
Hello again. Yes, Mr. President, members of the board. So the first subdivision we have here for you is the Las Comadres number 15 subdivision. It is a 28.98 acre tract located at the southwest corner of the intersection of Iowa and Mile 4 Road. This consists of 47 single-family lots. Water model has been ran, and they have passed for average and peak flows, meaning they can have domestic service. However, they did not meet the required fire flow of 20 psi. With
That's
that
an
being-
8-inch or 12-inch?
This is, I want to say it's an 8-inch throughout.
Yeah, that's,
And so with them not meeting fire, they were proposing fire hydrants originally. However, this isn't county, apologies for attention. It is part of Hidalgo County area since it's not inside the city limits. With them being in county, they got a letter from the county fire department and the fire chief or the planning department where the fire hydrants aren't going to be fire hydrants. Instead, they're going to be filling stations where there's going to be holding water. So the fire requirement isn't therefore in a way needed. Does that make sense?
to hold what?
To hold,
Okay.
it just holds water. It's a
Where?
filling station. The fire hydrant is just gonna hold water. So it's,
Like a-
instead of
like
being
a tank
considered
or
a fire hydrant,
No,
It's-
it's the fire hydrant, but it's painted
Painted
a
black.
different color. I think it's painted black.
Black, I saw that.
It's painted black, so
And then,
once
what
you
does that
see it,
mean?
It means that the fire hydrant is not for fire protection directly. It can only be used as a filling station to fill up the tankers for the fire department, but not to use it
Not to be
directly.
used, yeah,
Yeah.
okay.
correct.
So I saw that it's black. I said, well, I wonder what black is.
It's a lot better than
Where is
going
that at?
5 miles to get water. You can
This is
get
on
there.
Iowa and Mile 4.
It's gonna be just, it's gonna have pressure, but not real, a lot of
Correct.
pressure.
Correct,
But it's still gonna have pressure.
correct. And the letter that I was mentioning is the last exhibit on the SIR, so the last page that you should.
Are you guys, who's checking it? Because there's gonna be a lot of subdivisions. We're going back to the 12-inch water line. What are we gonna be doing? When are we gonna say, okay, we don't need a 8-inch no more, we're gonna need a 12? When is that gonna stop? Because all those properties, they're gonna be developed. When is that gonna stop?
So as far as like sizing
To
lines.
put a
the
12-inch
12-inch,
from,
okay.
from 3 mile line all the way to 7 mile line.
Mhm.
Here in this subdivision or
So-
that road, Iowa or.
Yeah, so the Iowa,
takes it-
it's part of the CIP, it is part of the CIP for that improvement. However,
But when is that gonna,
on this
when are we
one-
gonna
on-
stop? Okay, we need a 12-inch
On
to
this
start.
one, well, there's another subdivision that is coming up north, another Comadre subdivision, I forget the number of it, but then there's Carrizales subdivision that is also coming up in the
Right,
north.
yes.
That one does require a 12-inch line, because that one has been already modeled,
And it's gonna be coming from where?
it's
that
gonna be.
From mile 4,
Mile 4.
or from mile
From
4,
mile
it'll
five
go
to
up to
mile-
mile 5.
No, but the
Oh, the CAP.
project, the CAP, it's all the way
Yes.
to 7 Mile Line.
But
12
from
inch
3 Mile Line?
Yes. That's part of the project. No, from 4 Mile
From
Line.
4 mile to 7 miles
North.
on the CAP.
From where the subdivision is north.
Yep.
And this subdivision is tying down along 4 Mile Line.
The east to west.
And south. Yes.
Yeah.
But when are we gonna, okay, we need a 12-inch. Already it's in place?
No, it's not in place. As part of the subdivision process, they will need to install the 12-inch water line north.
Through the road away or through
It
easement?
can be both. It can be both ways. However, if they're gonna put it on the right of way, they'll have to pay for the future improvements to relocate that line.
Like all this
So
property,
it's
we
gonna
get an
cost them
easement?
twice.
And
They're
we get
gonna-
an easement right now on this property that we're getting?
Yes. 15 foot.
On the Iowa, on Iowa Street.
On Iowa Street. Let me look at the map. But yes, it's along Iowa and along 4 Mile Line.
So it's gonna be on the east side of the road
On the east side of the.
and 4 Mile.
On 4 Mile, it'll be on the south.
On the south.
See,
side.
on the south side, pero, south side of the 4 Mile, eso está haciendo la colonia.
Sí.
But the other subdivision that you are talking about
Oh,
on the
it's
north.
No, it's
So,
north of 4
see,
Mile Line.
it's
So-
north of 4 Mile Line, but the line is gonna run on the east side of Iowa.
When that
Yes.
subdivision comes through the development process, yes, it's gonna have to extend.
So why wouldn't they wanna put a 12-inch line para que se conecte para el norte ya de una vez ahí? That's what Mr. Perez is saying.
Well, based on the model that we have, the existing 8-inch line will be sufficient to provide domestic
Water for that subdivision.
for that subdivision, except the fire protection aspect. That's where the county came into play and submitted a letter to use the fire hydrants as filling stations. But that subdivision with that connection, it'll be sufficient to supply water, domestic water for each lot that they're proposing to have. Now, the subdivisions that are coming between 4 Mile Line and 5 Mile Line along Iowa, they need to, either whoever comes in first, they need to extend the 12-inch water line that Mr. Perez is mentioning.
How many lots is it? 44?
47.
47? Yeah, it's gonna be a lot of houses.
That, I mean, that's where the capital improvement plan comes in, that Robert was saying. So when we get a new subdivision, we run the model and we look at the CIP plan. If the CIP plan in that area calls for an upgrade, then we put that requirement on the developer. So in this area, it doesn't call for the upgrade yet, but the ones that are coming in the future, they fall into that range where the upgrade would be. So it's already part of the CIP plan, it just depends where they fall in, and then we run the numbers to make sure that it's still meeting
That's the one that's gonna run from 3 Mile to 7 Mile, that 12-inch line.
the 4 to
4 to 7, yes.
And it kinda tells you whenever you don't have fire protection, you know, that tells you, that's a red flag right there.
Yep.
You don't have enough water to, you know.
Yep.
I mean, you don't need to wait for somebody smart to tell you, hey, we're gonna need, you know.
On Texan,
Yeah.
where that main, because they're getting the water off of Texan Road.
Okay.
Is that a 12-inch line?
From this one, for this one specific, sir?
Yes.
Okay,
'Cause
I
you-
wanna
they're
say-
gonna get they get the water from the previous subdivision que está ahí in Texan and 4 Mile Line, right on the corner.
Right.
On the southeast corner.
It'll
Yeah,
be, so-
that's-
yeah, that's what's being brought all the way over here.
That's an 8-inch,
I wanna say it's
he brought it from
Yeah.
south.
over here.
On Texas,
Texan and 4, the south of 4 Mile.
it's an 8.
It's an 8-inch.
Yeah, it's an 8-inch, 8-inch.
That's where I live, por eso te digo, te puedo decir exactamente dónde está cada casa.
I know they like 8-inch, but we need to go 12, I mean, because in 10 years from now.
Well, they do
we-
8-inch so that they save up money, pero in reality, in the long run, pues it's gonna
Especially with
affect
this,
the subdivision that they're
especially
making.
with this ACRs, that we're gonna get more meters, let me tell you, you're gonna be knocking on our doors.
Yeah, and
All
if
those
anything,
guys.
the bigger
There's a
thing,
ton of property for sale there.
the bigger thing that also is gonna help them in the long term is, like you mentioned, that CAP project. Once that comes in, that's where they're gonna get more pressure as well. But again, that's something that, on their case, isn't required.
Well, with this money, we can also connect from 3 going up and the 4-inch, because they're real close,
Mhm.
a 12-inch.
Yeah.
and started making it from there. So what, right here on Iowa's gonna be, I don't see an easement in Iowa. And that's maybe I'm missing.
So the water line is on the east side of Iowa, so it's already under an easement there. And they're just connecting to it, bringing it to their subdivision.
So they're just gonna cut it across?
Yes. And then whenever it's inside of their subdivision, that's where we have easements.
But, so we're not gonna have an easement on the Iowa road?
We have one already on the east side.
Oh, and this one is not required?
On this one, no, because they're running the water line, connecting from there, running it into their subdivision. They do have one on the south right away of mile 4, all
Yeah.
along their subdivision.
But along 4 Mile line, we do have a 15-foot. Along 4 Mile line, we do have a 15-foot.
Yes,
Okay,
on
so,
1 4 miles
on-
it is.
On that CIP,
Mhm.
we are, there was we were wanting to run a water line from Iowa to Guile Road or to Tomgio. What size of pipe is that?
That one I want to say it was carrying
A 12.
an 8, or maybe we can do
I
12.
thought, if I'm not mistaken, it was a 12.
Okay.
So why not have them do a 12 as well?
Because it's not part of the CIP yet. And it's not something that's required for them to have the sufficient water pressure for domestic service.
What drainage they're gonna use? We don't care about drainage, right?
For this review, no.
It's not. Okay.
Let's put them on the CIP now. You don't have CIP, there's really not much you can do.
We're voting on it, right?
All right.
Yeah, that's all. Okay, so do I have a motion?
So move.
A motion by Ms. Ana Maria Perez. Any second?
Second.
Second by Mr. Perez. All those in favor?
Right.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 6, discussion and possible action on a non-standard service agreement for water to be submitted to 1960 Investment Company LLC for the cost related to water services for the 10-acre tract out of the west part of lots 14, 15, and 16, block 13, Texan Gardens subdivision.
Yes, Mr. President, members of the board, just for the sake of keeping the name shorter, I'm going to refer to this as the Eric Nordhausen Water Improvements. So this is a 10-acre tract of land, approximately 700 feet south of 7 Mile Road at the intersection with La Gallina Road. This is a one single-family lot subdivision, or it's not a subdivision technically, they're not doing the process, they're just wanting the water service.
Like a
But how
ranch?
they need to do, pretty much. How they're needing to extend a water line to their property, we need to go through this process. So this is kind of where everything's going. So, water model has been done, ran, and it did pass, contingent of them extending an 8-inch water line south to their property, all the way to their southmost property.
How big of a line, sir?
8-inch,
That's gonna be a part of the,
part of the CIP.
No, it's under dime, right?
yeah, it's gonna
Mhm.
be part of the Forest Reynolds property. I think he's gonna be putting a 12-inch water line just in front.
Oh, okay. Yes. I'm not too familiar with the area, so I'm not 100% sure.
He's developing right there.
It's a,
So it's not gonna,
on the west side of that property, es el que dice usted.
Truly say yes.
yes, sir.
But it's a little bit more this way.
It's more towards the
It's
west.
more towards the west, yeah.
Because that's, yeah.
It's on the west side.
Yeah, it's a little bit more
A
west.
little
Truly
He's
bit
to
gonna,
the more to the
but he's
west.
gonna do that on his,
So it's an inch, 8-inch.
8-inch, yes, sir.
On that, the water main corre on the north side of 7 Mile line, so he's gonna do the boring and all of that?
It's on the south side.
The south side?
Right at their property, or once it gets to that point, then it crosses to the north side.
what is
his
this right
place.
here?
Yes.
What is this right
To,
here?
Yeah, that's his,
Yeah, that's how much.
he owns
Okay.
property
Oh,
on the
the
north
three,
side of
yeah,
San
the-
Miguel.
Yeah.
okay.
Okay, I see it.
Mhm.
So future development ahí puso 8-inch.
Mhm.
Is it gonna be going through private property or
I
the
wrote-
roadway?
It's gonna be in easements.
Easement? He got the easement from the people in front?
He showed, he showed one easement on one property, and I requested that he acquire the easement on the other,
Okay.
so we can have it strictly in.
Yeah. There's a lot of houses there.
All right, any, motion?
So move.
I have a motion by Ms. Ana Maria Perez. Second by Mr. De Hoyos. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 7, discussion and possible action on the approval of the revised non-standard service agreement for water to be submitted to Los Encinos Rental Properties LLC for the costs related to water services for Oak View Number 1 subdivision.
Yes, Mr. President, members of the board. So for the Oakview Number 1 subdivision, as you mentioned, this is a revised submission. Since originally this was presented as a multifamily lot, a single multifamily lot, however, they revisited and they changed it to a single family lot. So just reiterating kind of what was presented prior, this is a 0.974 acre tract, approximately a quarter mile from Texan Road along 7 Mile Road on the north side, or on the north side of 7 Mile Road. It is a one lot, single family residential. Water model has been run and it is passed.
Yeah, he was gonna do a 6 unit
Yeah.
and
Yeah,
just
6 units, yep,
Cause this is what we had approved last time.
too expensive.
yep, correct.
So
Okay.
moved.
I have a motion by Ms. Ana Maria Perez. Second by Mr. Hoyos. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
Thank you, Chris.
All right. Item number 8, discussion and possible action on the rejection of the bid award consideration of purchasing designated vehicles and potential award for second lowest bidder, authorize general manager to proceed with the purchase of selected vehicles.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, at the last, board meeting, regular board meeting, the board, I came, before the board to award, this bid, which is, a total of 9 vehicles to Spikes being the low bidder at that time. Once was approved by the board of directors, we went back to Spikes, in reference to the award of the bid. However, Spikes came back and they changed the pricing, as far as, for the vehicles.
Lower?
Higher. So they went up,
How do they do
went
that?
up, 20, on the 4x2s, they went up, 25,000 overall. On the overall amount of the cost of the 9 vehicles, $25,000 above the original pricing. Now, we met with Sam's, Albert met with Sam's, McAllen Ford, and they are still honoring the pricing that they gave us at that time, that bid. So we're requesting the board to go with the second lowest bidder now, which is, Sam's, McAllen Ford at $383,000, with $42. And that's for all 9 vehicles that I have presented at the prior meeting.
So you go with Toyota, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
how can they do that? Why can't they not honor that price?
Yeah, through the request for proposals, we had language on the proposals that we are going to keep the pricing, or they should keep the pricing firm for 90 days.
And so whenever
they
you-
opted to do that because I don't know, their pricing changed and they don't wanna honor the original
Was it
bid.
that long that we,
It was a little bit over 30 days,
Over 30 days.
but according to them, based on the pricing that they get, they couldn't do so much. It was about maybe $600 depending on the vehicle, but they were gonna lose out, so they couldn't afford.
What was the second bid? How much higher than the first one?
The original one?
Yeah.
25,000?
No, but then the original one was around $10,000. Then the original submittal Spikes was lower than
Yeah.
Sam's.
So Sam's, it was higher, Spike was lower, how much?
10,000, around
So
10,000.
we're gonna pay 10,000 more with
Yes, from the original,
Sam's, okay?
yes.
Is this the only Ford dealership that apply? I mean, I'm sure there are other Ford
Yeah.
dealerships.
Yeah, those are the only 2, and we solicited, put it on the newspaper, went through the advertisement, process.
I did reach out to Hacienda as well, and
They
but
did.
they never did.
Tiene mucho dinero. They don't wanna
Pues,
spend it.
What about in San Antonio?
And
No?
it has to be Ford. It can't be Chevrolet Dodge. It has to be
Or
Ford.
Toyota?
Well, we went through the committee meetings, and it was decided to go through.
Ford was
board
the
at
one
that
that would
ti-
give us the best
At
price
that time,
overall.
yes,
I remember that.
That's all right. Very good.
yes, but, yeah. So that's the, request that we have, to go with the second.
So when you went to Ford and said, okay, I'm gonna put my order in, and they say, oh, okay, wait a minute, we can't honor that price anymore. Is that
He had
how
to
it?
go back and revise it and see what the pricing was for the current date, and their pricing went up to like $800, like on the F-350s,
Uh-huh.
and about $600 on the
The
Rangers
Rangers.
and XLTs. So they couldn't go back and lose out that much.
I can't believe that they
And
were not.
I did stipulate that, stress out that the 90-day clause,
Mhm.
and he said, no, we can't. If I would've seen that, I would've probably not given you a quote. That's why they put 30 days on their quote.
So Sam's is holding firm,
They're holding firm. I made sure that there was no hidden fees after we get the approval. And he said, no, what I put on the bid, that's what the price will be. No
So,
extra charges.
right here, if we go to that revised quote that Spice gave us, that's 408 and 421, and then what Sames is giving us is 383 and 395.
Correct. It's still the same.
And so the difference between those is 36,000 and 35,000.
Yeah,
Within the revised bid of the.
Yeah, the increase between both, it's 36, but,
Over here, the difference.
if we compare between Sands and Spikes now with the updated quotes,
Uh-huh.
it's
It's
25,000.
25,000 on the bottom.
3355.
Was they miss out?
That's a vehicle right there. That's another vehicle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
It's another Ford Ranger.
yeah.
All right, so, do I have a motion?
That's a,
I have a motion by Mr. Jerry Pettis. A second?
No me quiero echar la culpa yo. I don't wanna be blamed for extra cost. Second.
A second by Mr. Rick Pettis. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 9, discussion and possible action authorizing general manager to purchase and replace Sullivan Tower antenna for the Sullivan Water Plant through Municipal Pump and Control MPC as a sole source provider.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board. We had a storm early in the year that took out our antenna there in Sullivan. We have attached the pictures attached. Now, we tried to go through our insurance carrier. However, based on the numbers that they gave us as far as the deductible, we feel that we should just, of course, purchase or pay for the actual repair of the antenna, or replacement of the antenna,
Yes.
because the deductible that they had set for us was at $75,000. I'm assuming it included the whole structure, the whole plant by itself, like a structural work and components and everything.
So we need to
Revisit
revisit the
That-
contract big time.
Yes.
per facilities, not per facilities, but per pump or per section of inside the facility.
Per unit, per
Per
item.
unit, per item. That'd be
That's-
something that we need to,
Yeah.
They never
Revisit.
told us that.
course
and
not.
Who review our contract?
who review our contract?
Yeah.
We took it
Who?
through our committee, through the
Who's
committee,
the committee?
the
Because
insurance committee,
Maybe we need to have somebody professional look at, That, yeah.
through the insurance
On those deductibles?
on the deductibles. I mean, of course, as we all know, the lower the deductible, the
The
higher
higher premium we're gonna
the
pay,
premium
yeah.
we're gonna be
Yeah.
paying, so
but,
that's,
I mean, as a whole, for example, this building has antennas, it has,
it's as the way it was represented to us is the whole wastewater treatment plant has a deductible 75, so if something happened to the plant, it's $75,000.
like any other
In this case,
structures.
the antenna was inside the,
That's crazy.
Yeah, for
inside.
example, the building, any other structure we cover, like, that's
it's
equal
good,
to.
yeah,
It's almost
How much is the cost for this?
39.
39,000.
Wow.
so we're gonna redo the whole thing again, or is it, I mean,
It's the replacement of the antenna and of course accept the foundation, using the same foundation.
so,
It's a
so,
SCADA.
so it's gonna be the same design, the same thing?
Correct.
It's
But
gonna be,
we're not
Brand
gonna be
new, though,
happy.
brand new.
Yes.
Who's the agent of this one?
Probably Francois, here.
the agent of,
Superior? No.
the insurance,
Yeah.
it's through, Newkirk.
Yeah, we're not happy with him. We need to let him know. He needs to come to the board and give us an explanation next meeting.
The
Because
carrier is
so we're gonna have to
it's
review
Tokyo-
the contract.
Tokyo Marine is a carrier
Tokyo
for
Marine.
insurance.
Yeah, when is that contract up?
It's coming up,
January.
January, to revisit.
When do we start talking to insurance company?
We could start
November,
now.
before the budget meeting,
Yeah,
like,
because-
60
But
days
start,
before
yeah,
the board meeting, so that we can have the prices
See
hold firm for the budget approval.
How many antennas do we have?
We have several,
Yeah. Anything with a SCADA has an antenna. Well,
which is 10, 20, 30?
Each plant.
We have
Each
Maybe
seven,
about
location.
6, 7
seven.
towers.
7
or
antennas?
Yes.
No,
And
I
they're all
think,
like
yeah.
this?
The thing is that we need to go shopping for insurance, cause he seems to be the only one that comes around.
Yeah, that's, I
Yeah,
mean,
everything is through the SCADA system.
It gets.
he should have told us, okay, this item is only, 75,000, and it's not worth
Going to more
75,000, you know,
specific.
No.
you know?
And the seven, the way I understand it is the 75,000, the deductible is for the whole plant. Like, for example, if there was
Sí,
something
tuviera
structural
damage
that
todo.
was
Okay, yes.
over $1 million
How
to
tall is this
repair,
building?
75,000 and they'll
The
repair
antenna,
it.
how tall?
But it was
The antenna,
through
it's
Tells
about,
you there.
I think it's
96.
96 feet,
96 feet.
96 feet.
It's because of the location and how it has to reach this way. Because we're trying to get something smaller.
Yeah.
But based on NTC, said no,
Because
we
it-
need
yeah.
this structure.
And what was the wind capacity of this antenna? I mean, the new one that you're looking at, what's gonna be the
That's
The
something we
structure,
need to see.
yeah.
Usually what they're designed at, they're designed at 110, let me see, 110 miles per hour.
So it could have been
Effective?
Defective.
Well,
But there was no warranty on this, we
This-
have
I
a
don't
I
got
don't think
it.
there
Yes,
was
sir, it's
190 mile
110,
wind
Chris.
to knock it down.
this storm was back in March 27. That's when there was supposedly a tornado.
Yeah.
It came strong.
110
That's
right, this
whenever
area, Hidalgo
they
County,
shut down all the
yes,
schools
West
and
Hidalgo
everything,
County.
right?
Yeah.
So that's where I
Twist
probably.
turn.
Sí, el twister, era cuando
It's
se veía,
110.
yeah, I got you.
That's what probably
Yeah.
made it.
Que volteó casas y cuánto, that's when you built homes and all of that.
Yeah, because the homes across the plant, I think one of the houses was moved away from
Yeah.
its lot.
who's checking the safety and soundness of these structures? If it's not decayed or it's not, do we have somebody like that that does
But they do the maintenance, they come and do maintenance
But-
on it, but usually the components of it, not the
Yes.
structural
Yeah, I think
of
maybe.
it, soundness of it.
Well, especially over there in Sullivan because of the, I don't know if it's the acidity or the something in the wind that does deteriorate or corrode the metal. I mean, we have a wrench out there and it corrodes.
And of course, this antenna, it's on the plant, so there's a lot of gases also contributing to the, yeah.
who's it?
How long ago did we put that antenna, do you know?
Oh, the plant was built, I'm gonna say 12 years ago?
Yes.
So it's 12 years old.
Ah, no, ya,
12 years.
ya dio su servicio.
No, it's a
No.
little bit more, it was 2010, yeah. We were here.
No, 15, yeah, 15 years
We were here when it went up.
when the plant was built.
So who's giving the bid on this one? Where's the company
It's
from?
sole source,
For Mission?
NPC.
Wimberley.
Where's that from?
MPC,
It's in.
so
Wimberley,
from
Texas.
Wimberley, Texas. They're the same company that has the antennas and.
How many bids did you get in several bids?
What's a sole source? It's
What do you
only
mean
to
a
them.
social?
Nobody else could bid?
Well, their SCADA programming, they only.
No, but
It's
we're
only
talking about the antenna only. They can put the equipment on that antenna.
The tower.
The tower. I did try to get Opal Brownwood, but they worked along with NPC, so they didn't wanna give us a quote for the antenna
Let's
itself.
find somebody else, because we only want a tower 100 feet tall, 90 feet tall.
Yeah.
And then they can come in. How much are they gonna cost us to put the equipment on that antenna?
That's,
That's a separate bill?
no, it's all together.
That's all.
39.
It's everything together.
So we're gonna put the tower and the antenna for that bill.
Yes.
And that SCADA and everything, that equipment, it's gonna come in new, or are you gonna use the existing what we had?
No, everything's gonna be replaced.
Brand new?
Yes, it's replaced.
So it'll be.
When is that contract up, the SCADA that we have?
On the SCADA, there is no contract on the SCADA. It's just maintenance that we have. on the SCADA.
And then after
Like,
that, does this company
generators.
provide any warranties?
Pues it'll be a brand new tower, it has to have some type of.
Yeah, but like, I mean, what's
It had
the
the
longevity of that warranty?
I'm pretty sure it expired in the other one, porque 15 years ago,
Yeah.
that's a long time.
Yeah. Well, the worst thing about this is the insurance, and I think
Yes.
we've been, 39,000, 40,000, it's a lot of money.
We need
And
to
not
really
be
revisit
insured
the
for
insurance.
waiting to have. So we need to review all the other contracts that we have with them.
But let's use it as a lesson learned, so that when we go back
Renew.
with the insurance, that we see that if it's a particular
needs-
structure,
what would be the deductible on that?
Yeah,
Live and
he
learn
needs to
until
explain
learning
those
gets-
a little better,
Yeah, porque, I mean,
'cause we
yeah,
didn't
the plant
know.
didn't get damaged. If it would have gotten damaged, pues of
Yes,
course, the
75,
78,000
yes,
is a
for
good
sure.
deal. But unfortunately, it was just a particular structure. So next time that we see that insurance, but we gotta see that if in case something like that were to happen at any one other, place in the plant, that
Well, he's giving us a high deductible to save us on the money on the premium or what? We need to understand what was the
Or,
cost
yeah.
of $75,000?
That's always the
Or
case
is there
anyway.
any type of insurance that can just
insurance
insure the
company
structure,
typically have.
not the
No,
whole
they'll make money.
plant?
they're gonna talk you,
Like these.
they're gonna talk to you.
But
really
then,
nice
Robert,
about
also
the
looking,
product.
like what he said, is going and looking at all these towers and seeing if there's any damage to those towers.
Yes,
Having somebody audit them.
okay. Sure,
Check
I
the
mean, we
other
can
ones.
specifically the structure soundness of the towers.
You're gonna
What
be able to
different
sell
kind?
steel at a junkyard or what's gonna be?
Wilkinson Ray,
Yes.
Probably, yes. I mean,
mandado
it'll
for
be
Wilkinson Ray, perdió
on
unos
our next.
$50.
But the steel seems to be pretty thin, isn't
Surplus.
it?
All right.
I'll make a motion.
So I have a motion by Mr. Jerry Pettis,
Second.
second by Mr. Rick Pettis.
So moved.
All those in favor?
Aye.
All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 10, discussion and possible action on the change of date for the September board meeting.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, attached on the agenda item, there's a calendar, September 2025 calendar. The next board meeting falls on Labor Day. We are proposing to the board to change it to the 8th, September 8th.
So
Right.
moved.
Right, I have a motion by, Ms. Ana Maria Pettis. Have a second?
I'll second.
Second by Mr. Jerry Pettis. All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion passes. Item number 11, discussion of possible action on amendment of change order number 2 with More Will LLC for the Palmview Yard Line Connection Project Phase 2.
Yes, sir, Mr. President, members of the board, as part of this change order, well, the only thing that is gonna be added to this change order will be the change for the additional net increase in days. For the project, we're looking at 181 days. Additional now, as Sames, Mr. Chris mentioned, Nojosa mentioned earlier, through their report, the project has been substantially completed now for, I'm gonna say, 3-4 months, Chris, more or less, I don't know the exact date, but has been completed. The only thing pending on this project, and also as a result that they included on this 181 days, there's 89 days that they're looking into the roadway assessment. We have been going back and forth, and I know that Palmview did also an assessment for the streets as well. So we finally met again with More Will, and they accepted to do the repairs on the roadway portion. So they're gonna go back, that's why they're asking for those additional days, which are included in the 181 days, to go back and repair, the roadway, the
Did it
streets.
sink, the roadway?
No, it's deficient, I think it was poor workmanship on the lane of the asphalt, so you can,
Bad.
feel and,
Like Miss Perez Road?
Will it affect this road? Or no?
So, when they do the
Yes.
work, they compacted, they put caliche, they put 6 inches or 10 inches on. They do all of that, who inspects that?
That's part of the material testing.
material testing.
And I reviewed all the material testing reports. I think there's about 6 or 7 failed tests, and then there's about 2 or 3 retests where they passed. But then all those other ones, didn't really tested.
So Mobile's getting 60 days more?
Total of 181 days since the original
Oh,
contract date.
four
was
months.
March 4th. And
More
so
or
we're
less.
giving until the end of this month to finish it pretty much.
Oh.
And this is also based off of coordination with NetBank and agreeing that this is the best approach.
Yes, sir.
And this is for which roads?
This is for the ones in part of phase 2, which would be Acevedo, Massa Circle, Durgan, and San Francisco Street.
Nothing on Schumbach?
This is strictly phase 2,
Right.
so everything else.
So it went up $7,600?
That was from the first chamber, where the size of connection and how the contract was set up, resulted.
Yeah, basically it's where the main line was placed, and it's not, what happened also, what makes it difficult also for the contractor is because he's working only half of the street at a time. So he's saw cutting a third to half of the street and then replacing that section where the
Yeah.
sanitary sewer, the main line, it's being
It's
constructed. laid
Acevedo, and
down.
which ones?
The Asis Circle, San Francisco, and Acevedo Lane, and Third Lane.
Okay.
All right, do I have a motion?
So moved.
I have a motion by Ms. Ana Maria Perez,
Second.
second by Mr. Rick Perez. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. For items 12, discussion and possible action on approval for water, sewer, CCN transfer agreements with City of La Jolla. And items 13, discussion and possible action authorizing general manager to submit an alternate capacity requirement, ACR application to the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality to amend the ACR based on prior usage. I would like a motion to take this into executive.
So moved.
I have a motion by Ms. Ana Maria Perez, second by Mr. De Hoyos. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. Item 14, executive session. As provided by the Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Section 551071, 551.091, and the Board of Directors may convene in a closed executive session to deliberate, discuss, or consult regarding the matters listed below on proper motion and approval of any of the items set forth above under Texas Open Meetings Act, Texas Government Code Section 551.071, consultation with attorney. A, TWDB, Palmview Sanitary Sewer Improvement Projects. B, system capacity. C, Atlanta Ranchitos, lots 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 9. Items 12, discussion of possible action and approval of sewer and CCN transfer agreements with City of La Jolla. Item 13, discussion and possible action authorizing general manager to submit an alternative capacity requirement ACR application to the Texas Commission on Environmental Quality to amend the ACR based on prior usage. I need a motion to go into executive.
I so move.
I have a motion by Mr. Jerry Perez. I have a second. Second by Mr. De Hoyos. All those in favor? Any opposed? Motion passes. We are now going into executive session at